Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Apparently that's the YouTube thing to say now. You're probably new because I'm assuming anyone watching this is probably new. But today I'm talking about a weekly, or like a week challenge that I did. I'm trying to do like weekly challenges, but since finals and then getting back from school I haven't been able to start a new one yet, but we'll see what happens. This was run a mile every day, and a lot of people are probably like, okay, it's not that hard to run a mile, but I'm trying to get into fitness, kind of, like, more just, I'm trying to, like, be healthy. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run a mile every day, but not just, like, on the treadmill, get to a mile, like, actually run for a mile. So with that, I mean, like, every day might be different, like the amount that I was on the treadmill, but I at least ran a mile out of that time, if that makes sense. I started on a Saturday, and my time for when I actually completed running the mile was 19 minutes and 11 seconds, and my distance was a mile and almost 3/4. It was 1.65 miles. So out of that I ran a mile, so I walked 0.65 miles in between running to like get to cool down so that I could actually run for a full mile. And the calories on the treadmill that it said that I burned was 175. That day, though, I ended up walking 4 miles, or like being on the treadmill for 4 miles, and at least one of those miles I was running. And then I think I did run like another lap and a half. So there's that. I ended after an hour on the treadmill, and I burned a total of 444 calories. And after that day, I was a little bit sore. I could feel shin splints starting because whenever I run out of like nowhere, I get shin splints, and like even though I stretch and stuff, and I get Charlie horses in my calves just all the time, so when I run that happens even more. So that did happen that day, but it wasn't too bad. The second day, my time went down by a minute for running, and I ran about the same distance, 1.64 miles, and I burned 174 calories, so 1 calorie less than the day before. Because, I guess, less time. It took less time. So, I guess in the long run I would have burned more calories if I kept at that pace, but I only went for 33 minutes, and I did 2.5 miles and burned 272 calories. And that day, I don't think I was really that sore or anything. Day 3 was Monday, and my time was 15 minutes and 11 seconds, and I ran a mile in 1.4 miles, so I only walked for 0.4 miles, so like half a mile in between the time that it took me to run the entire mile. And I burned 152 calories, but that for the rest of the day I did 53 miles, yep. I was on the treadmill for 53 minutes, and I went for 3.5 miles and burned 387 calories. I remember on this day, like when I got to the gym, I was like pretty sore, but it wasn't bad, and I did improve my time by 3 minutes that day. And then the next, I was pretty sore, but it wasn't bad. It was just like shin splints, and then once I started running, like, that went away. The next day, I was very, very surprised at what happened, because the night of day 3, I was pretty sore, now that I'm remembering it. So yes, I was pretty sore the night of day 3. Going into Tuesday. So Tuesday I was like really sore when I got there, but I ran it in 11 minutes, which from the first day is an 8-minute improvement, and from the day before is a 2-minute improvement. 4-minute improvement. Wow, math. And I did it in a mile and like 1.5 1.15 miles, and I burned 135 calories. And then I was able to walk for a lot of more time, and I probably ran for some of that because I got up to 4.5 miles in an hour and burned 510 calories. And this day really surprised me because I was like dying. But because of this day and how much I did, I was dying that night and the next morning, and on Wednesday my time went down to only being able to do it in 16 minutes and 36 seconds. And my distance, the distance that it took was like 1.5 miles to do it. So I walked for half a mile and ran the rest and burned only 160 calories. And then because I was so tired, only walked for was only on the treadmill for half an hour and only did 2.5 miles and did 241 calories. And then on Thursday, my time improved. It came back up. So like Wednesday was my really, really bad day where I was sore, I was tired, I was not feeling it. But then on Thursday, I ran the mile in 11 and 23 seconds, like 11 minutes 23 seconds, and only took me 1.15 miles, and I burned 130 calories. And that day I ended up only being on, because I was still a little bit tired, but I like pushed myself more to like actually run the entire mile like faster. And so my time was 17 minutes and 19 seconds total on the treadmill. And after all of that was not all I was doing at the gym. I was also doing body workouts and machines and stuff like that, and sometimes I would go on the elliptical afterwards if I felt like I was just like bored on the treadmill. Ugh, a school bus just went by. Thank God I'm not in high school anymore. I only spent 17 minutes more, burned, and only walked a mile, and was only on there for 1.5 miles and burned only 162 calories. And then on Friday, I was like, heck yeah, this is my last day, because the gym closed the next day because it was like the end of school and finals, and they just weren't having the gym open for like the rest of the time that I was there. And I ended up running the mile in I almost ran the entire thing. I think I just walked a little bit to warm up, and that's where the 0.10 came from. The distance was a mile 0.10. It was 1.10 miles, and the time was 10 minutes and 30 seconds, and I burned 129 calories. And I think my best mile at school was like 9 minutes and 34 seconds, and that was like when I was doing volleyball. So like my cardio, like I was really good at cardio and stuff, and like I had lots of time to prep beforehand. I wasn't like proud of it, but I didn't expect it. And then that day I ended up staying on the treadmill for 64 minutes. Well, pretty much 65 minutes. 64 minutes and 45 seconds. And I went a total of like 4.25 miles and burned 500 calories in total. What did I learn from this? Well, I learned that you should push yourself. If you really want to do something, like just go for it, do it. Sometimes it's really hard to find the motivation to do that, but once you finally start, and I only did it for a week, but I was at the gym yesterday and I definitely ran a mile and I was walking for some of it too, because I was listening to El Tango de Roxanne from Moulin Rouge, and that always pumps me up. So I put the treadmill up to 8.5 miles an hour or something like that, and ran for a lot of it. But I'm pretty sure I ran a mile on the treadmill in 11 minutes or 9 minutes or something crazy like that I was not expecting, because I hadn't gone to the gym in a while because I got back from school and I didn't have a gym membership, and yesterday was the first day that I actually got to the gym. So it was very interesting to see that I probably wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't done this week where I actually ran a mile, even if it wasn't consecutive. I made sure that for the duration of my workout, I was at least running for a mile. And improvements that I've seen, I guess my cardio is better. I used to have to use an inhaler quite often, but now some days I don't even need to like reach for that, luckily, because I cannot find mine right now. I need a new one anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still really new to my fitness journey, and I want to like do more and learn more, and I want to start like lifting and like squatting with weights and stuff. I just don't know how to get into that, so we'll do some experimental type stuff. Maybe I'll document it on YouTube. That might give me more motivation. If you're trying to get into fitness but like don't really know where to start, this is definitely an easy thing because you can go at your own pace as long as you're running a mile. Like actually running a mile. Like you could walk a lap, run half a lap, walk half that lap, run half that lap, walk a lap. Like you can do whatever you want as long as for the duration of the workout on the treadmill you ended up running a mile. So I will leave that with you guys. This is just my first like challenge video that I've ever done on my YouTube channel. I have little clips of like the treadmill that I hopefully inserted at the right times. But anyways, if you like this type of video, let me know. I'm totally willing to do more challenges. I plan on doing more challenges, and I plan on exploring fitness more and like fitness with my like personal self and like my body. And like obviously no one's body is the same, so they're gonna react differently to other things. I didn't like check to see if like the running slimmed me at all or anything. I was just like, I want to see if I can do this. But if you want me to do another challenge where I can see how like it affects my body and where it affects my body, I guess I can do that. I might do that. Anyways, even if no one comments, because no one will probably comment. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for a multitude of different videos. I want to do this thing on my challenge where it's like Music Mondays, where I either make a music video or like tell you about a cover that I really like or like a band I really like, and all that stuff. You'll see more if I end up doing Music Mondays. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!